Good morning. Oh my God. Welcome to the Bronx. Welcome to the Bronx, guys. It's such a difference between being in the suburb and being in the city, you know? The city life is so noisy and everything. And it's good like when you're younger, but when you're older, you had enough. You're over it. We're talking about parenting with the little time that I have to talk about it. If you guys want more, I'll definitely come back and talk about more. As I'm talking about parenting, that will be co-parenting, that will be grandparenting. I can't talk much about gay parenting. I can't talk about that. I talk about traditional parenting. I'm talking about what I know. So some people have children very young. Some people think when they get pregnant early or whatever, it's a mistake. I think it's a blessing. Kids are a blessing. I don't care how the world want to see it. Kids are a blessing. Yeah, God will help you through. When I was 18 and pregnant, I didn't even know how I would make it. I didn't know how I would make it at all. And here I am. My kids are wonderful, healthy, and now they have their own children. So yeah, I'm blessed. And I'm not just only talking about my perspective. I'm just talking about parenting, period. Guys, I'm walking to I'm walking to move my car because I got my grandkids. And parenting, you got to work around things, you know? And sometimes the grandparents become the parents of the grandkids. Thank God it's not my case. But anyway, I feel like it. I have them today. And when you're independent, when you raise your kids and now you're free, now you have to help out with your grandkids. And when they do come over, it feels like work, like a whole 9 to 5. And now you're older, right? So it's like the energy level, especially when it's boys. Boys are different from girls. I'm telling you guys right now. Little girls, you could just send them down in the corner with their little dolls and they chill, they chill. Little boys, they so active and very, very active. And I have two. So imagine. So, I don't know, and then as the years go by and you raise your kids, but now the grandkids are different. And first of all, let me just say this. With the grandkids, you love them even more than your kids. I don't know how, guys. I never knew that I can love my grandkids more than how I love my kids. I don't even want to see them get hit. I do not. Anyway, look at my car, guys. This bike always parked there. I just don't know why, but I'm kind of glad that car is always parked there. I mean, the bike is always there because I actually got this parking because this young man didn't know how to park. So after he was struggling to go in the parking, and I just sat there because I knew we had the same size car. Me and this guy. Ooh, we had the same size car, and I got up in there. Experience is the best teacher. I'm an experienced driver. Drive for a living. That's how much I love driving. Anyway, really quick, I only have a brief time with you guys this morning. When I tell you, I can't even deal with my businesses right now. I got to be doing it when my grandkids are sleeping. I don't miss this life at all. So shout out to all the parents. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys are amazing. Especially the parents that's really doing your job. And I don't want to hit this guy's bike. So I got into the park and now it's time to get out of there. Okay, bear with me guys. I'm going to get back on subject just let me not let this man's bike down. That's a whole nother thing that is a lesson that I want to teach with the driving. There's a lot of people that don't know how to get out of tight spots, but that's my specialty. I don't even think when they teaching people how to drive, they teach them how to park properly. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, my kids, they're upstairs, and I gotta rush as opposed to when I'm doing my own thing. Cause my kids are grown. These are the grandkids, and now you gotta help out. You know, some people every minute the grown kids call, they watch the kid, not me. I do it when I want to do it. Don't interrupt my life. And that's exactly why I'm coming to talk about the parenting thing today. You know, you choose to do whatever. Some parents feel guilty because, I don't know, maybe they feel like they didn't do a good job with their kids, so they have to take on roles that they don't want to take on. I will not be doing that. I don't care who's mad at me. That's another thing. When you've been through some things, right? When you've been through some things and you learn how to detach from people, places, and things, you won't feel guilty about nothing. You know, you put yourself first. Because if you don't, nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else is going to put you first. Everybody's always going to come, oh, they need this, they need this. It's like they're eating up off your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Every minute they want this, they want that. No, you got to set your boundaries and stick to your boundaries. I really would love to stay with you guys quite a while and break this thing down. But again, I got to rush. This is the thing. And those are my grandkids. They're sleeping right now. You know why they sleeping? Unlike my kids that had a bedtime 9 to 10 o'clock, the latest, and that's late 10, depending on the age, right? But you parents and everything, different people have different things going on in their homes, right? Based on the scheduling and everything, the environment of the household, right? So these kids don't go to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning. You hear me? So in their parents' house is a set of rules, and then in my house, I really got boundaries and I really got rules, right? So you have to have structure. Kids need structure. They need stability. They cannot be all over the place. Whether they're in grandma's house, I don't believe in sleepover and all of that, wherever they are. Some people like to let their kids sleep all over the place. I don't like that. I think it's very dangerous. Coming from a person that was sexually abused, that's not a good thing. Y'all can do it if y'all want to, and I don't care who the person is. You know, father, grandfather. You know, it doesn't matter. Grandmother, because ladies abused too. You know, they don't have any structure, and they all over the place. I'm not saying every new parents. I'm not saying that. I need to come out here because I need to park on the right side of the street because I got the kids. My whole life is adjusted right now because I got them, and I got to make sure my car is parked on the right side of the street because I live in the Bronx and I don't want to get a ticket. So it's a little difficult because it's Monday, and on some of the blocks you got to move your car by a certain time. So my mission this morning is to get a parking on the Tuesday side, so I won't have to get up tomorrow. And then Wednesday is you know, and Wednesday in New York, I guess there's a lot of parking on the Monday side right now, but I don't want a Monday side. The Tuesday side is already filled up. I'm not going anyway, so I don't care if somebody block me in. But it's very hard, you know, as the Bronx is crowded, it's very hard to get a parking here. And then you gotta know where you're parking because there's a lot going on with theft and all type of things over here. So again, I have the grandkids, they're upstairs right now sleeping. I would like to get back upstairs, do the whole breakfast thing, and that's a whole nother thing. These kids, like as opposed to when I was growing up, we would do the whole breakfast thing because it was a different time. These kids probably just want a fruit or a cereal or something like, you know. So I'm trying to work around this thing. I'm just trying to work around it. So I came over here and I don't see any parking. And yeah, I'm gonna give myself about a half an hour. I gotta get a parking because I begged my son that he don't really like babysitting to watch the kids. while I run outside. Now, some people, what they do is they leave the kids upstairs by themselves. That is very dangerous because fires, anything could happen. Never ever do that. Never ever leave kids by themselves. As a matter of fact, talking about parenting, when you leave your kids, with your other kids that smoke and have a lot of friends and stuff, I see it all the time. They teach the kids profanity. They think it's funny. It could be sexual harassment going on because they think everything is funny. They put everything on video. They sometimes, because when they smoke and they think it's funny, oh, let the kid try to smoke. I never forget when I was growing up, I had a friend. She was a dread, right? And she had her little like 5-year-old. This is not the first time I told that story. Smoking weed. I couldn't believe it. Of course, I was young and dumb at the time, so I thought it was funny. I really did. You know, you see things different. You know, and yeah, these things do happen. You know, they really don't. They're kids themselves. They're trying to have fun. They don't really watch these kids the way you guys think. That's why I don't understand. This is the thing. When you're parents, you got to do it the right way. I'm not saying that they can't help out, but that's not their kids. So why you have them? That's a whole responsibility. Like if that's their kid, and then you know what happened next? They want to have kids too because they already are in the role of. They're already in the role of taking care of kids that is not even theirs. Mother roles and father roles. You gave them that responsibility, and that's not their responsibility. It's horrible. Not only that, you're not even paying a babysitter to watch these kids, right? But your kids that is watching the kids, you don't even give them a little something. You don't. They don't have like a life, a teenager life. They don't get to go to summer school. They don't get to do nothing. They got to be a babysitter, especially in the summer. It's hot. They want to have fun or go on vacations and do different things. They don't get to do anything because you're just weighed down with responsibility. It's horrible. It's just a lot of things going on. But parenting, it's never, ever, ever over. Never. It's never, never over. Never, ever over. Because you're watching your little kids, they're all grown up now, and then you got the adult kids, and sometimes they're even worse than the freaking little kids. I'm telling you, you know, they always need parenting. They always need your advice. They put you in the middle of their conflicts with their relationship, you know. And for me, I stay out of it. I stay out of it because one thing with lovers, guys. When they get back together, they're going to blame you, okay? I stay out of it. Again, I learned to detach from all of these things. I don't get involved, you know? So you guys want to be in the meat of potato of your adult kids, discussion with their partner, discussion with their kids. Listen, my grandkids is over now. I know the rule of how their parents work things. I work around that. I don't try to impose on what they got going on with their kids. If I see something that I got to say something about, I am going to say something, but this is not my kids. It's their kids to raise. I'm not going to let my grandkids or anything get abused or anything, but that's their kids to raise. I already raised my kids. How you guys feel about that? This is the stressful thing about getting parking over here. Driving around looking for parking is so, oh God. This is one thing I hate about the Bronx. I can't stand it. Anyway, you raise your kids. Did you think you did? Of course, we all make mistakes, right? So sure, you made some mistake along the way raising your kids. Now you want to make it up with your grandkids. Those are not your kids. Let these adult kids raise their kids. And I don't know why you guys feel like you got to watch their kids all the time. That's not your responsibility. But if you want to do that, fine. There's a lot of grandparents right now that have custody of their grandkids because their parents is on drugs, want to live the good life, what they call the good life. How could you live a good life when you're not parenting your kid? That is not your grandparents' responsibility. Again, if they pick up that role, they're gonna lose themselves. They're gonna lose time with their spouse, whatever. And sometimes when you're raising your grandkids, you even ignore your spouse, which is wrong. which is wrong because your grown kids are out there living their life, and you and your spouse is suffering. Your marital relationship is suffering. You don't even know what's going on in your own marriage because you're so busy raising your grandkids. Now if it's a CPS case, I can see, but just to go take on that responsibility, I don't know. You and your husband should be enjoying your life, doing vacation and doing whatever, not sitting down being a slave to your grandkids. I'm not doing it. See, I have my grandkids now. It's all good. It's happy, all of that stuff. But when they leave, I don't know. Maybe I'll see them another 3 months. I don't know. I'm not doing that. I don't know about you guys, you know? But yeah, if the adult kids ask for counseling, yeah, you give them, but you don't get in between. This lady was telling me the other day, she said, "Oh, I love my grandkids so much. When the father say don't do this, she do it anyway." I said, that is very disrespectful. That is oh, is this a pocket? Please God. Let me see. Damn, I can't get in there. No. Why would somebody sometimes people park the car and leave a little space so somebody else could get in there. Damn it, man. I thought that was a parking Tuesday. No parking Tuesday. What is this? Tuesday to Friday. What is this? Hold on, guys. What is that? Oh my goodness. Can't park here. This is the thing. Let me stay focused. Okay, guys, hold on. Okay, I think I got a parking. Just don't come down on me. Don't come down on me. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. Come on, I got this. I gotta get in this pocket. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, baby. Hold on, guys. I know I could get in here. Come on. Tell me, why these people park like this? I can't get in there. Darn it. That's a really tight space. Darn it. Now, why these people park like this? Oh, that was a perfect. Okay, here go another one. Okay, hold on. This is a tight street. Oh, the only thing is, what is this sign saying? I gotta go out and read the sign. No parking Tuesday. I hope they're not talking about today. Hold on a second. Oh! Anyway, so I got my parking. I see a sign, but I gotta go read it because sometimes these people leave. You're gonna have to come with me, okay? While I finish up this conversation real quick. Oh, goodness. I don't really like parking here because these buses, I don't know if you guys see. Look how close the bus is. I gotta run, go upstairs. I gotta run, go upstairs, go take care of these grandkids. When this bus move up, I like to move up a little bit because, yeah, that bus is really close, man. I don't want them to let my car. Okay. I gotta move in a little bit, guys. Move in a little bit, cause I gotta move in a little bit, but I want them to let my car. Crazy. I try to move in as much as I can. Okay, thank you, God. Thank you for this parking. Let me take her outside. Let me take her outside real quick. Okay. And that's another thing. You see, I got them. I can't even do my exercise this morning. Well, maybe later I could take them for a walk. First, let me see if this parking is correct. Oh, thank you, God. I don't have to move this car till Wednesday. Hold on. Like right now, I would love to take a lap around, at least even one lap around this park, but it's not the 15th. You see the sign? It says the 15th. Oh, lucky thing I looked back. My blinkers are on. My battery would have been dead. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you have the grandkids, man, You gotta slow down. One thing I don't like is rushing. My blankets was on. Oh, I'm tired already. Oh my God. I'm tired, but just get up. Oh my God. And then guess what? And then I gotta deal with these badass boys. So I took off 3 days, right? Because I'm gonna need to recoup. I need one day after they're gone. I need one day of rest. Do you hear me? One day of rest. It's really, really serious. You know. So what I did with them yesterday, I took them to the park. They ran around. They get wet up and stuff like that. Enjoy. I enjoy them, don't get me wrong. But it's the greatest thing is when you can send them back home to their parents. That's the best part. And like I said, some grandparents take on the responsibility because they love to have baby boys or baby girls, and they want to do the whole thing over again. And they don't even let the excuse me. They don't even let the adult kids get to raise their kids. I'm gonna walk one time. They don't even let them get to raise their kids. They be like, oh, just drop the kids off and go. You know? So guess what happens? Those are not your kids, right? It's good that you're helping them out. Those are your grown kids. Those are their kids. You're not the parents. You're the grandparents. And then now you're so attached to the grandkids and you don't let the parents because you're so controlling. It's also a form of control, guys. You're controlling their lives. And then worse if it's a son. Worse if it's a son. You know, you come right in between that baby mom's or that wife's business. It's horrible. I don't like it. I know a lot of people in that situation right now. A lot. I don't know how they do it because I'm freaking tired just watching these kids. What's up? Yeah, I'm tired. You do. Do you take them? Do you control the parents by taking the kids? Do you do that? Or are you just being a grandparent? Do you know your role? I know my role very well, and I'm so happy to be going upstairs. I like cooking their breakfast. They might not eat it because they don't. You think I could go upstairs? I'm Jamaican. I want to make some porridge for them right now. They're not gonna want no porridge. You know, no nice ackee and soft. They don't want that. They want some cereal. He loves yogurt, banana, stuff like that. Oh, should have went out to the store and buy some stuff for him now. But I'll bring them back outside so they can pick out what they want. You know? That's another thing. You got to ask the parents. Because what you want, you're going to force those kids to eat those things that they don't eat. They don't eat it. You know? You're not, especially if you're not one of those like grandparents, like I'm saying, that control the narrative. If you are just the grandparents, not the parents, and the kids come over, you know, you want to control them, what to eat and stuff like that. Come on, kids got feelings too, you know? Right now, my grandkids already told me from last night they want some bacon and they want some waffles. I said, sure, I'll make that for you. They sleeping. They knocked out right now. I make sure I turn on the air conditioner and they sleeping like a baby. You know why? They went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so I took off 3 days. So normally if I had to go to work or something and they would leave it today, no. I would take the tablet at 10 o'clock and let them go to sleep. But I let them live because I didn't have to go to work, so I let them live. I don't have to see them again for God knows when. So, you know. And did I tell you guys? Yes. And we do love those. I don't know about, let me just speak for myself. I love them. I love my kids, but I love my grandkids even more. Even more. Trust me. because they could open up to you and talk to you about things. And you know, whatever kids that you have, you learn things. Hopefully you learn things, right? So if you have the patience for your grandkids, they'll come and tell you things. It's a special relationship, real special relationship. Till even the point, sometimes your own grown kids get a little jealous and say, oh, you didn't treat me like that. I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. Yeah, because we learn. We learn. And the thing that I do not like is the whole heap of, I say AI, computer time that they have. I don't like that. That's why when they come with me, we're outside. After I give them their breakfast, look, the park is empty. They come out here, the park is nice and empty right now. They go get wet, play, and then they don't like to be outside all the time. So go back in the house and we just chill. It's time to be outside. You got to set time for everything. And they'll also, too, they'll get time to read a book. I'll ask them questions. Like, he was so proud to tell me, he's 5. He was so proud. He's like, Grandma, I know how to spell my name, because the way he spelled his name, he used to leave out one L. And now he know how to spell his name. And I said, okay, now, let's start on your last name. You know what I mean? Because we got time as grandparents to really sit down and listen to them, play with them and stuff like that. You know, you got patience. So today, well, definitely, I like to have, like, I think kids should be creative, other than the, okay. I think kids should be creative, so you should have some artsy things for them. I think that's nice. So then he'll have like a drawing book, writing book, we'll read, at least for an hour. You know, that is necessary. Get that creative juice pumping, get that eye contact going, conversation going, because it's not all about the device. They got to learn how to communicate as well, you know? And I think that's where we come in, because that art with the young people, not all, is lost. It's like you got to take effort right now. Even when you see the young kids, they don't even look each other in the eyes. They don't even talk to each other like that. While they talking, it's so rude, they're texting at the same time. And I know because it's their era, they don't think it's rude, but it is. It is. Okay. So beautiful. I see some young kids cleaning the park. That's really nice. All these things are necessary. I've always wanted to organize like a cleanup day with my neighborhood, but you know what? We see other people come in our neighborhood to do that. Because these are the things, nobody's teaching the kids anything. They just like wild animals on the street, and they not. You know, it's just that people don't take the time out. I also want to say that I noticed 3 boys, the age of 19, that they were, because I drive, right, so I get to talk to these people, and they feel like now that they're 19, nobody listens to them, nobody care about them, and that is so sad, because there is a lot of lonely men. Do you know, this morning I got up, I don't even know this guy, I never communicated with this guy or anything, and at 9 o'clock this guy was calling my phone on Facebook. So I see my Facebook thing going. I'm like, who's this? I don't even know. I'm not even familiar with the name. There's a lot of lonely people out here that scouring the internet looking for lonely. I'm not a lonely woman. I'm so good in my peace. I love it. I don't have to play games. I don't have to hear lies. I don't have to get cheated on. None of that. I'm happy in my peace. So the guy called me this morning, and so I didn't answer the phone, but I did text him back about, why are you calling me? Do I know you? How do I know you? He's like, oh, I just wanted to say hi. You woke up in a bad mood? I said, no, I did not wake up in a bad mood. I just don't want to be bothered with strangers that I don't know. Why are you calling me? It's crazy to me. So yeah, I don't have time for those things. You know, like, just because you're a grandparent don't mean you don't still have dreams. You got dreams, big dreams too, you know? Very, very, very big dreams, and as you should. You know, this is why I don't believe in that whole taking over the parent's role, you know? Go live your life now. Your kids are grown. Go dream. Go dream. Go do your own dreams, you know? So learn to detach from things, people, places, and things. Learn to detach. You're there if you want to be there, and you know how to detach if you don't want to be there. It's fine. So, you know when I'm going to get to relax, guys? I'm going to get to relax on Wednesday. Wednesday. It's beautiful to see the grandkids. I wish I could take them in a car right now and go to Westchester to the pool or something, but you don't got car seats. That's a whole nother thing. You got to have car seats and rearrange your life and all type of things. Some grandparents are taking their kids to school every morning. And when you got little young kids like that, guys, you got to update yourself. You got to get new information because it's not like when you used to take your kids to school. Some of y'all get jumped. Some of you guys get jumped taking your grandkids to school because y'all don't understand the culture of these kids out here. y'all think they respect you guys. They don't. Sometimes I don't blame them for not respecting adults. I don't. Because y'all stand by and watch them do all kind of things and nobody get involved. Everybody, how y'all scared of these kids out here? I don't understand that. That's why they beat y'all up. They don't respect y'all based on the way y'all carry yourself. It's not like when we was growing up, these adults were like, you could respect them. It wasn't like that. So, I'm getting ready to go upstairs now, guys. But that's what I wanted to talk to the grandparents on today. You know? Your parenting skills never end. Now you got to parent your older grandkids. Sorry, your older kids. Because sometimes they fall. And until they come to ask for your help, you should mind your business. You really should. It's not your life. You don't get to tell them who to marry, who not to marry, where to live, where to go, what to do. You don't. You don't get to tell them what to do with their kids. That's their decision. You're not the grandparents. You're just the parents. Relax and enjoy your life, and let them look and see what they're gonna do. If your grandkids are not in danger, then mind your business and let these people raise their kids. Stop getting in their business. It's so horrible. You know. Louie, Louie, where's your dogs? Anyway, all right, I gotta go, guys.